Good afternoon, everyone. This is Nate from Nate's Here and There, coming to you live from near and far. On today's episode, what I am doing is I'm going to show you my hometown. I'm going to go through the whole hometown. I'm going to show you some of the stuff that was here, or the stuff that's here now. Some of the stuff that was here, the stuff that I remember. So come along with us on this episode. While I'm parked here, I was going to show this. This used to be, this convenience store used to be AJ Minimart. And they had the liquor store beside of it. Right here where my van is parked at, there once was a laundromat. Over here at the store, they used to cook, I don't know if they still cook hamburgers, but boy, they used to cook really good hamburgers inside there. This little plaque giving you a little bit of history. Kershaw originally well station and founded in 1888 when Captain James Welsh, 1845 to 1906, pursued the Charleston, Cincinnati, Chicago Railroad to build a depot halfway between Camden and Lancaster on what is then the county line between Kershaw and Lancaster County. The town was incorporated later that year and renamed in the honor of General Joseph B. Kershaw, 1822 to 1894. He was a prominent Confederate general and state senator from Camden. It's the other side of the plaque. The Kershaw, with a population of 500, by 1890 grew even dramatically after an 1895 or 1897 fire which destroyed most of the downtown. By the 1900, a guide to Lancaster County called it a pretty it is a pretty and prosperous town, about 1,500 inhabitants. Along the most significant early business here were the Kershaw Oil Mill, 1902, the Kershaw Cotton Mill, which was Springs, in 1912, the Benton Hotel on Cleveland Street, and was known frequently hosting tourists visiting nearby Haile Gold Mine. So yeah, there is a gold mine. I showed it in the previous video. There's a gold mine not too far away, and outside of town. So off to our next stop. Somebody's here today at this business, but I'm not going to get out. I'm not going to get out. But this right here was called, before, it's a tanning bed and a hair salon. Before that, in the 1990s, early 80s, or late 80s, early 90s, it was known as Video Haven. That's where we used to come to rent movies before they had Netflix and all this. And H&H Chevrolet didn't used to be at this location. I'm going to show you where it used to be at. It used to be downtown. So I'm going to go down there too. I'm going to show you where it used to be. I cannot remember what the name of this car lot was. If anybody lives in here in Kershaw can let me know. I can't remember what it was at one time. I'm right across the road from where Video Haven used to be. And there was a building right there, right across the road from us. And it was a fabric building. I remember fabric lady sold sewing stuff. I remember coming here with my mama when I was a young kid. But this is right across from where Video Haven used to be, right across from H&H Chevrolet. This building right here used to be 521 Grill, owned by C.L. Boone. He used to have some of the best hamburgers in there. And that was back in the early 80s. I think he finally retired about 2000. I think this thing's been closed about 2005 or 6. But no, UPS finally got it and opened it up. But that was one of the best places to get a hamburger. One of the best places. I'm right here at the Second Baptist Church. And right here used to be a storefront. This parking lot didn't used to come all the way out this far. There used to be a line of stores right here. And this where Mitch Williams used to have his welding shop. Used to be right here, right beside of the CL Boone's 521 Grill and the Second Baptist Church. Now this right here was once the Kershaw Mill Springs Industries. Now they didn't build a Dollar General here. But this used to be right here where the Springs Mill, right there where the road is to come into or to go into Dollar General, is where you went into the plant. My family used to work up here. All my mama's family worked up here all for years. Now this building in the front of me used to be the HR. This used to be the HR department for the mill. I'm surprised it's still standing. It was like they went through and replaced, put stuff over the windows. It'd be nice if they went and redid this old building. But right back there behind it used to be a nice pond back there. Yeah, it's still back there. And this is our bowling alley, which I don't think it's even open anymore. I've seen on I'm on a group on YouTube, Our Town Kershaw, and they say that bowling alley's closed. If anybody knows that in the comments, let me know in the comments. We used to come here all the time to go bowling when I was younger, when I was in school. And this is a playground here at the right across the road from the bowling alley. It was dedicated by it was built by the Haile Gold Mine, or Oceanic Gold now. It's a pretty nice parking here. I would get out, but I got a lot more stuff to show. So, and they named this thing Welch's Station after. I like that. They named it after what Kershaw was originally named. And right here used to be the tennis court. They have turned this into a skate park, which I think is pretty cool. And these benches are dedicated to people. Well, that one is Jimmy Moreland, which I know him. But I think this is pretty cool. They did a skate park out here. And this is the Kershaw swimming pool, Stevens Park swimming pool. I had a lot of memories in here. I remember I used to come out here after school. You know, when it was in school, we used to come here for this is where my mom and daddy brought me for swimming lessons. They used to have a high dive out there. I don't see it no more. We used to come up here on Sundays too and swim. And this is the amphitheater. You know, it's nothing like a place for picnics. We used to come here all the time. when I was a kid. I've had birthdays in there. We used to have birthday parties. I always liked this pavilion right here. This is new down here. This wasn't here when I was a kid. They had a hiking trail too. I would do the hiking trail. I had to do that another day. But the playground right here was here when I was a kid. But this stuff down here, they've built that fence around that. That's new. I don't remember that fence. This is pretty down through here. And this is the back side of the bowling alley. Like I said, I always love coming to the bowling alley. There's a front room in there. This is where we come vote at too. We come vote here, up in the front. But there's a front room. It's has set up like a fellowship hall. We've had family reunions in this bowling alley. There used to be a restaurant in there called Spare Time Grill, which I'm going to show you where they moved it to. Then she went out of business. And when I said a while ago about H&H Chevrolet, when I showed you H&H, this is where H&H used to be. This was back in the 80s to early 90s. And this was their car lot. They actually redid it. And they put a bank here now. So they moved it up out of town, really. And this right here is Chris Cromer's. It's a really good restaurant. It's country cooking, kind of like K&W cafeteria if you ever ate there. They got really good food. I like it. And this building right here across from me once was the Kershaw Theater, indoor theater. It's the first time I went and seen Star Wars, the Empire Strikes Back. Now it's a Kershaw auction slash restaurant. They have kept a lot of the stuff inside. They kept the stage inside. They didn't keep the seats. I wonder what they did. They didn't see the screen. But it's the Brenda K's is a buffet style restaurant. It's really good. I want to do a restaurant review there sometime. Okay, that business right there, the car dealership. Well, they work on cars and everything down there. That used to be Ben Eason's music store. Before that, it was a Ford dealership. So it was the town of Kershaw had a Ford dealership. I was a little kid when that was dealership was there. I don't remember it too much. I do remember going in there. There was something there, another dealership or one that worked on car mechanic in there. I remember my daddy going there we used to have to do car inspections, and I remember my daddy had to go in there and get his truck inspected. Now the Napa right here used to be, before it was Napa, it was the Dodge Dine Store. Now this is back in the 80s. That tells you how old I am. But I still remember the Dobbs Dine Store here. Right next to it used to be Iwa's, a really good Japanese restaurant. It was really good. My family used to come there all the time. Now this building down here, I zoomed in on it. I'm not crossing the street. This building down here used to be a white building, used to be a laundromat. And right here in downtown where we used to come, I remember my mama used to bring her clothes. My mama and my grandma back in the 80s. Now where ServPro is now, it used to be BC Moore's. Then before that, it used to be Belts. Yes, we had a Belts here in town. You know, this is back in the 90s and early 90s, late 80s when there was a Belts here. Okay, right here where Bob Cook Law is, used to be Montgomery's. I think Montgomery's furniture store. There used to be a furniture store in there. I remember that man used to have a big old dog. And there used to be one over here. I think it's right where State Farm is. I think that was one. It was Hatfield's. I think that was a furniture store, Hatfield's. But right there where the K-Town Slots race cars are. Let me zoom in on it. Used to be Reggie Taylor's pharmacy. I remember they used to have. He was a pharmacy here in town. He used to do real Coca-Cola drinks. All of them things will burn your nose. But this next building up here, the blue one, at one time, it's Temp Star now. At one time, it was the church, the biker church. And before that, I think it sat empty for a while. And then the business used to be in there was BC Moore's. The BC Moore's was in this building before they moved down there where the ServPro was, where the Belts was at one time. Up here, there used to be a florist. Up here, one of these buildings. I mean, I'm just going off of. I don't have any pictures. I have looked on the internet for pictures to back all this up. I cannot find anything. I found pictures in Lancaster, and I found one. I did find one picture of the. I did find one picture of the movie theater and the hotel at the very end of town. I did find two of those pictures, but the rest of them you cannot find pictures of Kershaw. This building on the end, on the very end right here, used to be it's TJ's Fitness right now, which is a gym. At one time, it was a Davis's Dime Store. I remember where I used to go there, and they used to get we used to get G.I. Joes out there. They used to have all kind of stuff in there. It was kind of like a department store. Okay, over here at Gus's. Gus's has been there since 1987. I remember when they came in, but before Gus's was here, there was a jewelry store. Now that's been in the early 80s. There was a jewelry store there. Okay, this building right here at one time was the Wells Fargo Bank, and before that it was Wachovia. And even before that, it was what they called the Kershaw house. Now, I don't remember it. This is back in the 60s and 70s. They had this one big department store here in town. Now it's the library. Now it's the Lancaster County Library, the Kershaw branch. And I'll show you later on where the library used to be. But this was that building I was, the 107 right here used to be the laundromat. I was taking a picture of it, a video of it a while over across the street. Now this building right here used to be, before it was the Peppy Pineapple Boutique, which is a warehouse. They turned it into a warehouse. This used to be the Haile Myers, the old Haile Myers building. And they this is back in the 80s, early 90s. Right here where the dirt is, this used to be the health department and a magistrate's office. We had a magistrate's office at one time and a health department. Now we all got to go to Lancaster for our health needs, you know, if we need a health department. This building right here is used to be a laundromat, and before it was a laundromat, it used to be IGA. This was where the IGA was in town. And this building, I'm gonna zoom in on it because that's kind of a busy highway over there. That building right there, Plexus Health, is where Sears and Roebuck used to be. Right here, their Care. They used to be a AAA. They used to be AAA car parts house. Okay, right here and on this rubble used to be Bitt's Tavern. And before that, it was Blackman's grocery store. I just had to call my mama and my daddy to find out. So this used to be Blackman's and Bitt's Tavern at one time. And across the street over here is Wesson Auto. You can actually still see the sign up there. I remember going in there a lot. So it's a little bit of history about Kershaw. But I remember when we used to go to I showed you Don's Dime Store. Or no, I'm sorry, Davis's Dime Store up here. That was the way we went in all the time. We went in the back way. They had a back lot down through there. And that's where you went into the stores most of the time. Was right there. It's in the back behind the store. And this building right here used to be the Palmetto First Bank. And we always joke because they had a thing that said there was a sign that was always on the bank, and it was tore up for years, and it said 66 degrees. And everybody always made jokes about it's been 66 degrees in Kershaw all the time. Okay, before this was Fred's, before this was ever here, though, it was Paul Connell's. And see, they kind of redid the parking lot. This was Paul Connell's furniture store and movie rentals. This is another place we rented movies at, big time. I remember Wayne Hutto was the guy that you rented the movies from. He worked in the movie section. And I remember back in the 80s, there was a deer that went through the windshield, or went through the window, front window. A big buck went through the front window of the business. This store right here instead of the vape shop, they opened up a vape shop not too long ago, but this used to be Reese's Shell. Reese's Shell for years is a full service gas station. You pull up and they pump the gas and everything for you. Check your oil and your winds, they wash your windows for you. They was really nice people. It was Gerald Reese and his wife. It was really nice people. And this convenience store right here used to be called the Fast Fair. I mean, that's back in, it's called Sonny's Party Shop now. It's kind of like a convenient liquor store, and they do sell drinks in there and everything. But this once was a convenience store. It's called Fast Fair. And this building right here has been in Kershaw forever. At one time it was called Spare Time Grill. They went out of business because a truck came through and ran into the side of the building. And but before that it was Yoshi's. Then before that it was a Chinese restaurant, and then before that it was a the Benham Chef. This is where the Benham Chef in Kershaw used to be. It's a little bit different. They added on to it. It was a whole lot shorter than this. Right there at the door to the end of the building they added on. But this was once the Benham Chef in Kershaw. And this car wash wasn't always here. It was another Shell station. No, it was a Phillips 66. It was Connell's Phillips 66. They did a full service. You know, they changed the oil, and they had a shop. They changed lights and a lot of odd and end stuff, tune-ups, and I remember coming here when I was first started driving this. When I first started, when I came here to get my oil changed, and you know, something wrong with the car, I'd come here. But right here where Bojangles is, used to be Hardee's, or before Bojangles was here, it was a fish camp. I can't remember the name of it anymore. There was one in Lancaster, but before that it was Hardee's, and even before that it was Clyde Holly's Diner. It was a diner right here. They tore it down and built this building. In my opinion, they should leave the. I just like the old style diners. But that's a little bit of history of what was here on this spot. On this spot right here, where Walgreens is, used to be a hotel. It used to be Bill Clyburn's hotel right here, or I think he owned the land to it. But that was way back in the day right there. I remember it, you know, coming over here to Hardee's, you can see the hotel over there. Right here used to be, before it was the refuel and the Marquette. It was nothing here. Well, what was here was right there where the gas pumps were. They was kind of like a car garage for vans that people worked at DuPont or Eastover. They would be vans here for people to carpool. And see, none of this stuff down here, Subway or none of this stuff was in here. The Dollar Tree on this spot used to be the Dollar General. It's across the street now. Well, actually, there are two of them here. There's two Dollar Generals in Kershaw. But this spot right here before Dollar General used to be a drive-in movie theater. And the screen was back there against the trees, pointing back towards the restaurant over here on this side. That side right there. But the screen was right behind the Dollar Tree. I can barely remember it myself. I barely remember it. Now this is a spot I can get a picture of on the internet. Is the Kershaw Hotel. I've seen a picture, and it was a picture on the other side of the road. They took a picture of it. People usually stays here for. It's not really a hotel that people really want to stay at. It's kind of like apartments now, I think. Now this spot right here used to be the Chicken Shack. This used to be the Chicken Shack. And before that, it was Dee's Grill. And even before that, it was George Cook's. It was George Cook's, kind of like another diner. I don't know what they're going to do with this spot of land. It's a nice piece of property. They can build something on it. What this building was at one time was daycare. This was a daycare that me and my brother stayed at. Back in 85, my mama worked at the Springs Mill down there. She worked second shift, so that's what we came to. We came to the daycare, and my daddy picked us up in the afternoons after school. This building right here, instead of a hair salon, this used to be, and it's Kershaw Health Physical Therapy. This used to be the post office. And this street right here is where this town burnt down. The town used to be on this street on Cleveland Street. And then the town burnt down. It said on that historic plaque up there. But this used to be the post office. And this right here was the train depot for the Southern Railroad. At one time, it was a florist shop. I think now it's something to do with Haile Gold Mine. But this used to be the old train depot in Kershaw. This right here, these two buildings, one of them was a pharmacy, a drugstore, Rexall. And Kershaw Family Medicine used to be, still, Kershaw Family Medicine used to be Dr. McDowell's office. He used to be my personal doctor when I was, when my mama and them, that's the doctor that delivered me. And this used to be the Kershaw Memorial Library up on Main Street. But this where it was, this where the library used to be. This is the library building. This building right here wasn't here. This was the old gym in Kershaw, because all of this, all these two buildings right here, the post office and corner cupboard, this used to be sitting on, this was the high school. This was Kershaw High School right here. So my mama has yearbooks with pictures of this. Right across the road here, for many years you could see the bleachers That was at Kershaw High School football stadium. But they done tore it down now. This right here used to be the football stadium or football field. They put a gazebo down there. There's that's the elementary school back there, Kershaw Elementary. Right over here in this area was once the Kershaw Middle School and the scout cabin. Now well, the scouts used to meet here. I was in the Boy Scouts. That's where we used to meet at. There's nothing there anymore. They tore it down. But that's where we used to meet at every Monday night. I'm sitting right here across from Small's grocery store. Right here used to be where the ambulance service. All that behind here, the gazebo wasn't here. It was a big old, it was level. It was level through there. They added all this. This is for the Kershaw elementary school pickup. But right here, you can see the indention in the road. That used to be the, there was a trailer here at one time. And it had that's where the ambulance service used to be. And this area right here was once the Boy Scout cabin. They actually tore the building down. Hence, the name of this road is called Scout Cabin Road. This road, name of the road right here is called Scout Cabin Road. But like I said, they had a big building up there at one time for the Boy Scouts. I remember it. I didn't ever go there, but I remember it standing. They done tore it down. It fell in. And this is one of my last stops on history of Kershaw and showing you Kershaw. This is Bad Eye Robin's store. It used to be a little convenience store outside of town here. I remember we used to come up here with Mama and Daddy and stuff. They used to sell drink, you know, this is an old-timey gas station. And here we're at the Kershaw golf course. This is a 18-hole golf course. I'm gonna go up here and park. I don't know if I'm supposed to be here, but they got a picnic shelter down here. Oh, they got a driving range up here too. But that's the golf course, the building. I've never been inside that building. And that's the golf course down there. Down. That's the golf course right there. Wind blowing. Good Pretty golf course. Thank you for joining me on this episode today. I showed you around my hometown a little bit. A little bit of history that I know about. Like I said, I hope you enjoyed it today. I was going to show you this. That's right. Instead of drive safe, come again. Tune in next time, next video. If you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to the channel. Hit your notifications where it'll notify you when I upload my videos. And remember to love God, love others, and reach the world.